Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first edition of The Way It Is Theater. I'm currently walking up to Bruka Theater, and I'm going to see the preview for Stage Beauty. Stage Beauty is an amazing show, and the cast is fantastic. So let's check in with all the Bruka people standing outside patiently to see the show. Here they all are.
Can't hardly wait to see the show.
We're all so excited to see the show. Check back in once we get inside. Here with the director, Bill Ware. Hi, Bill. So, Bill, what attracted you to this piece? Why did you want to do Stage Beauty?
Drunken Netflixing.
You know, I actually saw the movie and it's great. I thought the same thing, but was that really the only? That's the main.
I saw the movie and I was drunk one night and I decided, let's see if they have a script for it. So I ordered the script and I was like, this is brilliant. Why isn't somebody doing this?
Yeah, I agree. It's a wonderful script and it's so funny. And honestly, I'm really excited to see Bradford in drag because most of us know.
Who isn't?
Most of us are familiar with Bradford in that he typically is very butch in his roles, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so this is really new and different for everybody. So, I mean, was that difficult for you as a director? Or I mean, was that challenging at all?
No, I knew I wanted Brad.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, honestly, he's amazingly hot. So why wouldn't you want him? But, you know, was that hard for him to come out of his shell, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I know he had to meet with a drag queen to figure out how to do the makeup, but it turned out beautifully. He's great.
That's awesome. So what's been your favorite experience so far? I know we're on preview, but if you could say anything, what's your favorite thing to date that you've done from doing this production?
Sweet Jesus. I've learned not to give notes like less fisting. What's another note that I gave? Please be less thug.
Who was that?
Oddly enough, both those notes went to Amy Kinder.
That's sort of amazing for anybody that knows Amy Kinder. Well, thank you, Bill, for sharing your time.
Thank you.
And, you know, you're the first director on The Way It Is Theater.
Aww.
So excited.
This is your beer.
It is my beer, and we're going to drink it together and then watch the show.
Yes, we will.
Yay!
So thank you guys for coming, being that first night audience, and helping the cast put a show up for the first time. Almost all of us know what that feels like, and so you'll tell me later. Great front row, that'll help a lot too. We just want to thank Mike and Diane Peters too. They were our patrons of the arts for the costumes for this show, which made this possible. And so love your feedback on it. We've never had such costumes for a show before, and it's really been fun and challenging. And thank you for that challenge.
Yay!
So many other people to thank, but you know in your heart who you are, and we'll talk about it later. So tonight we do have photography, and so if your camera's out. Enjoy the show. Come down afterwards and give people a hug and everything else. But we so appreciate you guys coming tonight. And thanks so much. Drop yourself.
Okay, we're back. We're after the show. I'm with Ian.
Hi. I have nothing to add.
Ian, how did you prepare for this part? What did you have to do to get yourself ready?
I guess I've been always very good at taking direction, but in order to play the role, I'm a theater owner and I direct too, I think. I mean, I'm very hands-on, so I had to be more hands-on. I had to be more directorial and say, you got to go here, we got to get this thing going. So it was very, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm in frame. But so yeah, I had to be very kind of direct and more, yeah, I guess that's all.
Do you feel like this is a pretty big for me, it felt like it's pretty natural because you're a big comedy person. Did you feel like it was natural for you, or did you feel like that was a reach, like you really had to dig?
It felt pretty natural, but I mean, even you never know where the laughs are going to be. It's going to be different with every audience. That's what I've come to learn because I've done improv for so long. So it's like, this is going to be hilarious, and then it isn't. Or you do one line you think is going to be just normal, and you get laughs. That's what happened tonight. So you just got to roll with the punches, basically.
Yeah, and you're really good at that. That's something That's something I've learned from working with you. Is Ian's very good at improvising and rolling with the punches. So, oh, look at that
Thank
face!
you.
Look at that face. The $1 million question is: are you ready to get that beard off your face?
Oh my god, it's like a caterpillar on my friggin' upper lip. It's annoying, but I have to have it for like another month. So, hey!
Well, thank you, Ian, for giving us some of your time.
No
really
problem.
appreciate it.
Yeah, if you need anything more, I'm available!
Okay, so now I'm with Matt Biondi. Matt, what's the name of your character? Because honestly, I don't remember. You're just the hot guy.
You're dead to me.
No way, come back.
It's George Villiers, the first Duke of Buckingham.
Okay, and he's a real person, right?
Yeah. He was actually, the play takes place in 1661. He was actually assassinated in 1668. In reality, he was in love with Kynaston. He was actually in a relationship with the king's brother, James. So he was almost like one of James's pets, for lack of a better word. I guess, to shower him with gifts and whatnot.
Was that uncomfortable for you with Bradford? Was that something you had to dig for, or was that you're an actor, you got this, like it was easy, or was that weird?
It was very weird at first. It was uncomfortable. I had to dig for it, but after it's awkward, intimate situation, and then something I've never done before. So, but I mean, after the first couple of rehearsals, it wasn't that bad. It was just something that I did as a character. It was easier as
Yeah, it becomes. For me, it's like I know whenever there's an audience, you don't feel like such an ass.
Yeah.
Anymore. It becomes acting, and it's not just I'm making out with somebody in front of a group of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
No, that's absolutely right.
Well, I have to say, you guys look beautiful out there together. I thought
The costumes were great.
the costumes were great, but not only that, you and Bradford, wow. I mean, I think it's not a shame you're straight because ladies like me get to enjoy looking at you, but the gay men of the world, I'm sure, are very upset.
You're kidding.
Thank you so much, Matt, for giving me your time. I appreciate it. As always, you're so awesome. Oh, you love you.
Marie.
So now we've moved into the stairwell because the sound is better and the lighting's better. Look at
I know, I think this is a good everyday look for me.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm with Amanda Alvey, and Amanda, who do you play?
I play Lady Merseville.
You look outrageous in that costume.
It's
wow.
pretty intense, yes.
Wow. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How does it feel to wear it? Do you feel good in it?
Once I'm in it, it totally changes the vibe and like how my character holds herself. It's hot as all get out, but it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Lady did a really great job putting everything together because it was all from scratch. We just basically bought corsets and she put it all together. So, and then those wigs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was besides the set, because, wow, without giving it away, because you guys have to come see this, the costumes, holy.
It's a huge undertaking. When you think about it, Rhiannon and I, who play Lady Merseville and Miss Frayne, are the two people who probably don't have any changes really in the costumes. There's only a few actors who don't have a full costume change. We're in that the whole time. And it's so elaborate and then detailing, and it's just crazy. And then other people, like Bradford, who has a ton of costume changes, and every single costume is so fit to exactly what that character has to be.
It's amazing to see this piece, and the costumes are, look at this, look at her face.
You know what it is? It's because I heart theater.
Oh!
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Of course.
You're
That's what I do.
amazing. So I'm with Kate Attack. Hi, look at, she cut her hair.
I did. I got sick of it, so I shaved it all off.
Well, it looks good on you.
Thank you.
Kate, tell me the name of your character.
I play 3 different characters. I play Mrs. Barry, I play a ruffian, and I play Mistress Rebels.
You're good at the ruffians.
Thank you. I enjoy parts like that, and I especially enjoyed being able to beat Bradford up on stage. That was really fun.
Any chance to mess with Bradford on stage is a good thing.
It's like the best part of my night when I just get to kick the shit out of him. It's awesome.
I have to say, you look amazing in that costume at the end when you are a lady of...
Yes, the Mrs. Barry costume. That, I wish I could steal that costume because it's beautiful. The fabric is gorgeous. It fits like a dream. Why don't we dress like that anymore is what I want to know.
You know, and people don't know this, but my playa name is Merkin. And you...
That's brilliant.
And you get to say... And
I get to say Merkin. I do. I wish that it wasn't attached to the costume because I originally thought that he would give it back to me and then I would stuff it in my cleavage. But Bill said no, that was not an option.
All right, Bill. Listen, Bill, you need to listen to some... He's right here pretending.
You can't
Listen,
hear us.
Bill. Well, you are great.
Thank you.
I love everything
Thank
you
you
do.
so much.
You're
Thank
so
you.
fantastic.
It was
I'm
fun.
a big fan of yours.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and you guys come see Stage Beauty.
Please
It's
do.
So good.
Guaranteed laughs, good time. You can get a beer and just enjoy my cleavage.
Whoa! I meant to zoom in on the beer, but we got Kate's boobs instead.
Got it.
I know. So I'm with Bradford Kayai, right?
Kai, but Kai is perfect. I'll take it.
Bradford plays Kynaston?
Yep, Edward Kynaston.
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 In Stage Beauty. And Bradford, I want to ask you, how did you prepare for this role?
I try to get in costume as quickly as possible. It sounds silly, but
No, it doesn't.
I typically get hyper masculine, very kind of machismo characters when in shows, and so this is the first opportunity that I had to play something a little more feminine. Walking in the heels, the corset, the costumes, the skirts. That was probably, I'd say, the biggest challenge when it came to costume. And when it came to actually the actual character, I mean, outside of kind of some of the technical aspects like the costume, I really tried to find a lot of myself in the character. And an actor playing an actor was very, very easy. And trying to find his strengths and his weaknesses, and really try and find that connection that I have with him about my personal strengths, my personal weaknesses.
Well, it seemed to me that you really enjoyed this role. Is that correct?
Yeah,
you can really see you having fun
I had
out
a lot
there.
of fun out there.
And that's great, dude.
Yeah.
So it's opening night, and I'm in the trenches with Mary Bennett, and we're having a good time. So, Mary, I'm going to open this up to you.
All right, do it.
I feel like it's easier if you see yourself. Don't you feel like that?
Oh,
Are you in
I
frame?
get it. Oh, I'm in frame.
Are you in frame?
I'm in frame.
There
There's
you
a
are.
calendar. You guys.
Do you see how busy she is? Look at how busy this woman
Busy
is.
times. Busy times. Busy things.
Mary, I want to ask you, what attracted you to this piece? What made you say, this is it, Stage Beauty, this is what I want to do, this is a project I really want to be involved in?
Ah, that's an awesome question. So Stage Beauty, Bill Ware is our neighbor. We live in the artist lofts. And so a few years ago, apparently on a Netflix night, now that we're finding this out, he watched Stage Beauty, which is a beautiful film, and looked for a script. And he brought me the script and said, I want to direct this. And Bill Ware, if you think, this is really just a lot of stuff hanging around, but Bill Ware is a very busy man. So we wanted to capture him and capture, when's the right time for Bill? So I've been trying to thread that back out to him and say, hey, how about this year you direct Stage Beauty? I think I hit him last year. No. This year, though, it was sort of a denouement, if you will. Okay, so we had Creature, which takes place in the 17th century, Buttcracker, which takes place in every century. But in your heart, it's the century of love.
It is the century of every love. We love Buttcracker.
We love Buttcracker, right? So, but going into something else from that, that's a huge show for us. What else fits in there? So we have, we were also doing Dangerous Liaisons this year. So you'll see that later on Ashley's show. The
Yes, you
Dangerous
will.
Liaisons.
You'll also see me with
Getting
my
some
boobs
booty
out.
on. Oh, she go get her boobs out. And we're going to number them so you know which one is which. That's my righty, and that's my lefty. It's pure class here at Bruka Theatre. So, first of all, the storyline in Stage Beauty, the plot, the drive for the actors and the audience as well is beautiful. You lose something that you want so dearly and you've worked all your life for. It's your craft. It's your love. So it's more than a man in drag. And having Bradford step into that role is huge. He's amazing, and he teaches us so much when he's on stage. Bill Ware teaches us so much. He has an exceptional ability to balance people, balance moments, understand what to say at certain times to whom. I can be a bit voracious and be an overload drive sometimes. And this, that, the other thing. What about this? What about this? And he really has an exceptional ability to balance and have love in his heart. And as a director, that is a great thing to own, because then you have the technique to lead other people. And his vision for Stage Beauty is very strong. And so all of those, knowing Bill Ware, getting back around to your question, that's why I wanted to produce Stage Beauty. It's because how many of us have ever had something that we want so much and is taken away from us? That's a great story. And so being able to add in 17th century costumes, huge. So then we get at the Martini party this year, Michael and Diane Peters, who are great. They're thespians. They're supporters in this community. Come up and say, we want to support Bruka this year, which is beautiful, but we want to support it specifically. We want to support the costumes and Stage Beauty. Wow. So,
and they did a great job. As we've talked about earlier in the videos, that's all we can rave about. I mean, to say that everything in this production is great, but wow, this is professional theater quality. This is Broadway type stuff. Theater, like, costumes don't, I mean, do you agree? Like, that's
beautiful.
And
It's
they've
amazing.
they're
Well,
great
and then
for
we
getting
had
that.
another coup this year, because we had Lady Hall, who came back, who's been working down in Northern California. She and her husband moved back up here. She's a beautiful costumer, incredible. So then here's the thing. You can rent those costumes from ACT. You can rent those costumes from, we started with Oregon Shakes. They were moving their costume shop. So then we went to ACT. So we have this beautiful bulk load of costumes. So then you have to fit the actors. You have to try them on. But you have to have that costumer who can understand how to fit them and make them what they are. And then for the costumes that we can't get for certain people, make costumes that fit that family. And she did that so beautifully. So there were a coup, if you will, on so many levels for this show. And so at the end of the show, tears flow throughout. It's a beautiful show, many levels. Emotionally, the humor is high, the theater antics beautiful, but also in the heart. And what things mean to you and what they mean to you when they're taken away. Right. Huge. And so having all of those additional things for us is great. And so we've learned this beautiful lesson with this show, is that when you set your examples really high, or when you set your expectations really high for a show, here's Stage Beauty. We're going to get all these costumes. We're going to do all these amazing things. Do you have a company that can meet those expectations? And that's a challenge. That's this huge thing. And we did. And we have the talented people and this beautiful director and Dave Simpson, technically amazing, Lou's sets, all of these beautiful, everybody that supports the show, you, Ashley, all of it. You can't do this without all of those things. And so that's at the end of a show, when it brings tears to your eyes, that's the beautiful thing. It's all these things, you know. So sitting back and being a producer on this show is prideful and beautiful and very heart-filling, because sometimes when we try to fill a lot of roles, we can't sometimes see all of those elements. And so this one, I get to see all of those elements too. So it's a joy. a joy. So I think this is awesome. You're doing this show, and it's good we're doing it on this on Stage Beauty. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, this is a good way to close the whole interview out. Like, I only had to ask Mary one question. I got everything I think
I had a terrible interview that way.
No, it was great. I do have to say, in closing, that everything that Mary just said is absolutely true. I think that part of why I started this was that we, as a community of theater people, we need to support each other and support each other's art. And we all are familiar with that feeling of, this is who I am, and then having suddenly be ripped away from you. And who are you now? How do you adapt? How do you still find love for someone else or everybody in your community to make yourself better? And I just want to say, being that I did start, my roots are here in Bruka. That's why it was so important for me to start this project here in Bruka, because I come from Bruka. This is where my roots begin. And so, Mary, I want to thank you for giving me this gift of theater, because when I came back from Reno, I had nothing, and now I feel like I have a life that I'm proud of. So I just really want to thank you for that. I really appreciate you and everything you do for a community and for our theater, and it means so much. And God, if there isn't a reason to see theater, people, change your mind, because this is the piece that will make you fall in love with art and with theater. Absolutely.
Love you, Ash.
Love you too. Good night.
Thought about the show.
I thought it was great. It was really fun. A lot of really great acting, a lot of emotional truth in it too. It was really great. It had pretty much everything. Great costumes, great set, great acting, and it's really funny. It's really moving. It's great. Come see it. It's really good.
Tell me what you think of the show.
Oh man, so rarely do you get to leave a performance and just sit in wonderment and awe, and the one Miss Jillian Palmer and I looked at each other and just went, wow. Oh my Lanta baby Jesus in heavens above. Wow. It's amazing. Everyone needs to come and see this performance. Like, right now, book your tickets. Like, it's going to sell out. I'm already booking mine for the next time to see it.